your burning sun. I'll be the bright and black that's making you run. I feel alright and we'll feel alright, 'cause we'll work it out. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I'll be your ghost, your game, your stadium. I'll be your 50,000 clapping like one. I feel alright and I feel alright, 'cause I worked it out. Yeah, I worked it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I've got my mind made up and I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it saves my soul. I'll be running till the love runs out, till the love runs out. And we'll start a fire and we'll shut it down, till the love runs out, till the love.
Well, hello, I'm Jerry McKee, and we are live right here in Buffalo, South Carolina. And I got a great guest for you. I got April Brucker. She's going to be coming on. She is an American actress, an author, comedian, television personality. She has a wide range of credits to her name. She's funny. And she got some special skills, and you're going to hear about those special skills. And I'm going to introduce you to April. How you
Oh,
doing, April?
good. I'm better now that I'm here. As a matter of fact, the sun's shining. I'm feeling good. I'm perfectly healthy, and I'm on the Jerry McKee show. What's up, world?
That's it. That's it. That's just a crazy show and a relaxing show. I've had people. I've been interviewed sitting on my porch there in rocking chairs. I almost had to wake them up. So
Well, that's
was I
the.
boring or what?
You know what? It's like I wish I had my rocking chair here. My parents actually, like they were painting rocking chairs when I called them a few weeks ago. And, there's something about sitting in a rocking chair with a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise. Life is not complicated when you do that. And so we should all have a rocking chair. That's how I feel. It gets my nieces to sleep.
Exactly. I have a huge porch out here. We sit on and screen in and just out there and just. I live out in the country too, so we see all little creature animals and things comes up like that. Now,
Oh, wow.
you got you're a comedian and you got all these friends that you're never alone.
No, I'm never alone. My life is not boring, Jerry. As a matter of fact, my life's not boring. As a matter of fact, everybody says to me, April, do you ever talk to yourself? And the answer is yes and no. Some say I talk to myself, but I think I talk to my friends all the time.
I believe you do, and people, you're going to see why in a few minutes here. Now, you're a great comedian, and I've looked at a lot of videos of you, and you're so funny. And what I want to know is growing up as a kid, what did you say one day in say second, third grade, Mom, Dad, I want to be a comedian, or how did you come to thinking that this is your calling?
Oh God, no. That's actually not how it happened. I was actually a really kind of quiet, weird kid. My brother was always really funny. He's a phenomenal storyteller. And even now, it's like when he tells a story about something that happens at work, he does the voices. And my sister was always kind of quirky, but I was always weird. And I grew up without cable, Jerry. As a matter of fact, I did not have cable till I was 13. And so, anyway, my parents were teachers. They said, if you live here, you're a thinker. Look at how that turned out. Well, anyway, long story short, my brother played high school football, and I'm from Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, right outside, and if you're a football fan, we love our football in Western Pennsylvania. And you know that you have this accent if you're from Western Pennsylvania too, that people can't quite place. And anyway, this is the show of accents, folks. So anyway, so long story short, we finally got cable when I was 13. And so we could watch my brother's high school football games. So my dad hated getting cable, Gary, hated it because he had to get 40 channels. So After fighting with the lady on the phone, we finally got cable. So we're watching our cable one Friday night. It's commercials. He hated commercials worse than he hated getting cable, let me tell you. So he changes the channel, and he's swearing at the TV because my dad's the type that would yell at the TV like everybody could hear him on the TV, like they could hear him. And so anyway, yeah, so, he watched sports like a Pittsburgher, like no. So anyway, fast forward, he's like not another GD commercial, so he switches the channel. And it's an Edgar Bergen TV special. And for those of you that don't know, Edgar Bergen's a famous ventriloquist. And there were a lot of ventriloquists on there. Jeff Dunham was on there, Ron Lucas, and they were all paying tribute to Mr. Bergen. So anyway, our family members all tried to talk like the ventriloquists, and I have my great grandmother's sideways Irish smile, and she was the only one that could do it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hand. No, no, I'm gonna be coming later. Are you somebody else? Yes, and I'm naked. Okay, it's not that kind of show. But anyway, I was the only one that could do it. And so my mom got me a Groucho Marx puppet under the Christmas tree. And this was kind of a miracle because one, I decided, yay, I want to be a ventriloquist. And second, when I told my dad to talk to the hand, I could actually put something on the hand to talk back. Ta-da!
Well, he told you was 13 and finally got cable. I remember when I was little, we was lucky to get that 2 channels in there going.
Oh yes, yes, the fuzzies. Oh my God. I used to watch Nickelodeon through the little fuzzies all the time, and we had an antenna, and I thought I had arrived when I watched Ren and Stimpy through the fuzzies. And I go to school, I'm like, I watched Ren and Stimpy through the fuzzies, and my classmates are like, you're still a dork, Angel Brooker. And they were correct, and I still am a dork.
Oh yeah, I remember. And we used a lot of aluminum foil then for antennas extensions. We
Oh,
had we had to get creative.
you were really kicking it old school. I love it.
Oh yes, yes. Now you lived in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, correct? Is that
Yes, sir. Yes.
where you grew up at? And
Hmm.
what was your first audience, first show when you was getting your feet wet? And
Oh, that's a story. I wanted to do a ventriloquist show. And my mom's like, April's running around the house with a puppet. She's making us crazy. I'm about to drink. Let's like book this kid for a show. So anyway, um, we decided to do a show at a local nursing home, and my brother was the mail delivery boy at the nursing home because my brother wanted to go to medical school, and my mom's like, it's going to look good for college, whatever. So my mom's like, this will get April out of the house. It'll let her do a little show with her Groucho Marx, and it'll look good on the college application. So we get there, and the activities director is everything you'd expect an activities director to be at a nursing home, really cheerful, really upbeat. Yeah. And she says, would you like to listen, we were thinking, would April like to go to the memory unit? And I had no idea what a memory unit was. I'm 13 years old. And I said, sure, I'll go to the memory unit. And the activities director goes, are you sure? I said, sure. So I go in with my Groucho Marx puppet. And as we're walking in, this woman has a raincoat and an umbrella, and she's ready to go out in the rain, except it's snowing. And she's like, hi, guys. And so I'm like, okay, so that should have been some foreshadowing, but I want to do my show. Well, anyway, I go and I do my show, and I realize memory unit means dementia, Alzheimer's, all that stuff. So in the middle of my show, one of the old people grabs my Groucho Marx puppets and goes, please, please take me with you. Take me to Hollywood. And I'm like, what the heck do I do? What the heck do I do? They said, please, your brothers are wealthy. Take me here. My children have stuck me here.
you should have told them, okay, everybody line up on the bus.
Yeah. And so what I did was I'm like, I have to think fast. So it was my Groucho Marx puppet. I said, of course I'll take you to Hollywood. I'll take you to Hollywood, darling. Want a cigar? And all of a sudden it was like, it was okay. And I just broke script and went person to person to person. And so I was kind of good on my feet after that. But I got out of there and I was like, wow, talk about baptism by fire.
Really? That was your hardest audience right there. You had it made the rest of the time.
Yeah, I was like, if I can do this, I can do anything. And but it's like God bless him, it's like I'm really, and you look at your life and you're like, I'm fortunate. I have my health, I have my, and you look at people that don't. And and I was actually fortunate to be able to do that. Like looking back, it was a good learning experience. I was fortunate to be able to make them all smile a little bit because it had to have been very hard that this is where you end up,
Right, and to me, life is funny. I in a lot of things, and I know that I'm supposed to. Uh, when I fall or trip or something like that, I laugh at myself, and I can't
Mhm.
help else does it. I hope they don't get hurt, but if I find they're not hurt, I can't help to laugh. And
Yeah. Oh, me too. I fall all the time. I'm clumsy. The other day I tripped over my dog. So
oh yeah, to me, making people laugh, it actually is good for them. It's good for
Mhm.
the good for the soul, and it's just it makes a whole different scene in a place. Now you went to New York.
Yep.
Excuse me, and bring your ear off. And you went to some of the comedy scenes there. Uh, you went to venues like, say, Don't Tell Mama.
Yes.
Now, now, I was trying to figure out a comedy scene. You got a sign out there, Don't Tell Mama. I've got to go in to see if my
Yep.
it does.
See what you're gonna do to not tell mama about. Yeah, and I did shows there. I did shows all around New York City. And New York was a an education because one time I did this show. I'm in a basement, there's a big audience. And I always used to say that if I'm in hell, this is what my comedy special taping would be. Because I get there and I'm a baby comic, okay? I'm like revved up and ready to go. And and I thought that I was hot, right? I thought I was this stuff, right? So I'm doing my show and they're smiling. They're not laughing, but they're smiling. And so are they laughing inside? Right? They're smiling, smiling, smiling. And so at the end of the show, it turns out that they're tourists from Finland that don't know any English.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. And then another time I was like, and my mom was begging me to move home. This was like, she was just begging me to move home. And just to give you an idea, I had been engaged, which don't ever like, you're married, right? I'm sure like it's, and love is work. But anyway, I met my former fiance. And apparently, when somebody proposes to you on the third date, you should say no.
Well, yes, that's probably a maybe a flag there. But I proposed to my wife shortly after we got together, so
Okay, well, but you're still together. So, okay.
we're
Well,
still.
but it all depends. But anyway, he made me choose between him and the puppets. I chose him at first because I thought I want to live happily ever after, Jerry. I'm a simple kind of girl. Well, anyway, the relationship got really, really bad, really rocky, and I was the only one that was shocked by this. Nobody else was that he was mean. And so I missed my puppets and I looked under my bed and there they were. And May Wilson, OMG, hello, Jerry. Aren't you handsome? And
You look
hello,
you look beautiful
hello.
and beautiful in the red dress. We just all got the memo, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And Jerry, I was reading the cops are more likely to stop you if you have a red car. So, officer, you can stop me now. Wow.
I guess you're up for being searched.
Oh, all the time. I love handcuffs. Easy made that there are children watching. So anyway, I was telling him that I ended things with my former fiance. I looked under the bed and there you were. Yes, I had bugs, and not the fun kind like Kim Kardashian gets. Okay. Easy made. There are children watching. So May and I just I said to May, I miss you. And I said to April, you know, You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna tell him you chose the puppets and not him. So I walked into the kitchen on April's arm and I said, "Listen, loser, April's chosen. It's the puppets, sayonara." That's right. That's how I broke up with him. Oh, and by the way, while I'm watching, hello, Edna. Who's Edna? Jerry's wife, you dummy. Hello, Edna.
She's saying hello from the other room.
Well, hello, Edna. Yeah. Well, hello from the other room. Well, anyway, or in the words of Adele, hello from the other side. I know, Jerry. I'm so talented.
Yes, you are. You sure are. Now, I know you went to a lot of off-Broadway productions, and there's a long-running dinner theater I was going to ask you about too. Murder by the Mob.
Yes, I was in Murdered by the Mob. I was the Guma, which is the mobster's mistress. And her name was Cookie. And, that was a lot of fun. It was a great group of people, and it was a great show. Always a great show. And as a matter of fact, I there was not one week that I didn't look forward to going. And if you're in New York City, you should go see the show. It's really great. But enough about you, April. Let's talk about moi. You see, I would ask Jerry to be my sugar daddy, but he's already taken.
Yes, but you know what? You'd get salt.
Yeah, you get salt, but May, that's good, Jerry. But May, you're an intelligent woman. Why not just get a job? You said the J word. May, Jerry's got to work, Edna's got to work, I got to work. You got to work. But I'm too pretty for work.
Well, see, that's what my wife said too. Because she was tired, and I said, "Well, maybe you can go to work over here." She did the same thing.
Well, did it work? Was she successful in doing that?
And no, no, she was very
Oh.
successful at not going to work.
Well, there you go. Edna is a hero. Edna is what I inspire to be. Hi, Edna.
So I used to do when I read about the show you was in that I used to put together murder mysteries, and I'd have about 10 guests come over to a bread and breakfast. They had to be in character when they come over. They spent the night there. We had dinner and breakfast the next morning, and the one that committed the murder did not know who it was till at the end. They wrote down who they thought they were, and even the one that did it couldn't guess it was him. And so I used to do some of those, like, and it was fun. And we didn't do it in front of an audience. We actually had the characters come in and do it that way. But stuff like that's fun.
Oh, wow. Sweet. So it was really interactive. And actually, the mob was interactive too. We'd have dinner with them and we dance with them. And it was a lot of fun. But you know what? Almost getting killed while making television isn't so fun. What are you talking about, May? Well, April and I were on What Would You Do? That's right. We were on What Would You Do? And
Yeah,
anyway, May and I almost got assaulted. So what happened was we were part of the cast, right? And there was a homeless woman on the bench, but you have to know New York City for the story to make sense. She took a car service from Riverdale. Yes, she was in a higher income bracket than moi. And I said to her, "Is your husband available? Does he need a, mistress?" And she laughed at me and walked away. What we're trying to say is that the actress that was a homeless person had a rich husband. Well, anyway, she was an actress. So she's a homeless person. And so what did you say to her, May? I said, "Hey, homeless lady, why don't you get a work ethic and some self respect?" And, so we had the earpiece in, and, John Quinones is supposed to come out, whatever. So all of a sudden, this doorman is smoking cigarettes, and he is just looking like he's having a bad day. And he comes over, he goes, "Hey, stop making fun of the homeless lady." And I go, "It's not me, it's her." He totally threw me
New
under the
York,
bus.
New
And
York bus at that.
Yes, exactly. This is what it's like being with her, Jerry. No appreciation for my talent, okay? So anyway, a few minutes later, John Quixotes comes out and he's like, "Hi, I'm John Quixotes. We're from What Would You Do?" He goes, "You're making fun of homeless people." They're like, "No, no, she's an actor." So after he finished his stress cigarette, he agreed to talk on camera, but we were so scared of getting
Well, he
punched.
looks like a tough guy, and I'm going to show that video. Actually, it's your reel that you sent me. It's got that video in there because we want to see some other things in there too. So let's play it now.
Not only are you fabulous, you're no bigger in a second, and you're adorable,
Oh,
and you're
thank you so
talented.
much. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce April Brucker.
Hello, Las Vegas. Mwah.
Ron, we were supposed to meet today. We have been waiting for you.
What? Not crazy, huh?
Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
Anyway, Ron, before we go up, I have to tell you, the wedding with Deshaun is on again. Actually, April, he canceled it. What? He canceled it while you were in the can. What? That no good dirtbag.
Say it with me, Steve. Great.
Great. Let's try it again. Right, 1, 2, 3. Great.
And
I
so,
would prefer tremendous.
If a word is misspelled in the dictionary, how would we ever know? What's the third hand on the watch called the second hand? Why do we say something's out of whack? What is whack?
And Jerry, but I will say that it's been a while, but you are still as handsome as ever.
Verdict for the plaintiff.
You're going to want to wheel in Grandpa to see this one. Through the intensive research we do for this show, we were able to determine that while watching this video, young men we showed it to could remember every single thing about this clip, except they could not recall the color of the towel. Strong move. You can't fault her folding. April will be back with us next week wearing a washcloth.
Back when he was institutionalized, he made a connection with astro travel.
We need to call Robert Stack because your family's an unsolved mystery.
And didn't Elliot Ness do a great job of playing him in the TV series?
Hey, homeless lady, could I get you something like self-respect or work ethic?
It doesn't take long for this native New Yorker to speak up.
Hey, homeless lady, now you can take being a failure off your bucket list. You've already done it.
Hey man, it's not me, it's her. It's her. No, it's her. It's her.
Okay, when the cops come, they're going to arrest both of them. How about that? Let's get to the legal case now. Yeah, here's the thing. April, you're very...
See, we got that on video that she threw you underneath the bus.
Yeah, see, you saw it for yourself. And then, you see, what can I say, Jerry? I have a thing for guys named Jerry, because you saw me with Jerry. But let's just put it this way. There's no rest for the textile American. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Equal pay for puppets. You saw my range as an actress, didn't you? Easy, mate. This is what I gotta live with, Jerry, all the time, She's my roommate. We've been on Craigslist where all the good things happen. Yeah, this is what I gotta live with all the time. And but since my breakup from my fiance, we were on My Strange Addiction. Like a photographer discovered moi in the park and said, I know you from somewhere. No. He started to talk to me and I told him about my fiance. And I offered to do you a favor to get on the show. This children watching, mate. Children. So, May. But anyway, so we're roommates. And like I said, we went on Craigslist where all the good things happen. So, yeah. And so anyway, after My Strange Addiction, the UK Daily Mail did a story on us. And we went viral from England to Iceland to Italy. Then from Russia to China to India. Then from Singapore to where else? Australia. And you forgot Malaysia, then Ghana to Nigeria to Kenya, then from Colombia to Brazil to Guatemala. That's right, Jerry. I'm huge in Guatemala.
So were you able to speak all those languages?
We actually did an interview in Spanish. I can understand them better than I speak them. Then I say, me gusta coffee.
Well, I had 3 semesters of Spanish and can't stand nothing but tacos.
You and me both.
No, you was on Entertainment Tonight, Inside Editions, Wendy Williams show. and Judge Jerry, and Videos After Dark. And of course, What Would You Do is what you was on, which is and now how many times do you have to practice that towel folding?
How many times did I have to practice that towel? A lot. Because if I can drop it, I do. But it was great to appear with Bob Saget. It was great that everybody saw the show. I did it when I was a special guest star in Las Vegas for 9 months in a show. Oh, April. No, no, no. I was the star. I just let you tag along. No, 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 mate. We were the stars. No, no, I was the star. No, 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 mate. We were the stars. Remember we talked about this? There's no I in team, but there's a me.
She got a point. Very smart.
I guess. And so, but yeah, I had to practice that a lot because it's like ball sports when I was a kid. I would drop everything, Jerry, everything.
Now you was on a for one season, episode 4, on My Strange Addiction. What was that about? Was it on a TLC?
Well, I had I had left my fiance for my puppets finally, and I was trying my best to be a professional ventriloquist. And I was using every hour God sent to perfect my craft. So Mae Wilson and I were doing shows wherever we were booked. And a flea market in Brooklyn was nice enough to hire Mae and I to get traffic in. I was the star that summer. They came to see Law. Actually, yeah, they did. So anyway, this very handsome man asked to take our picture. He actually asked to take my picture, and I said, well, can I have my handler in the picture? That's not quite how it happened, May, but whatever. So anyway, he asked to take our picture. So he took our picture. And, I started chatting him up, but I broke the ice. And I told him that my fiance didn't understand my puppets. And he said, well, my girlfriend doesn't always understand my camera. And so I was a little heartbroken when I heard girlfriend. But I wasn't. It made me try even harder. Because one is having a wife or a girlfriend or stop the guy. Easy, May. There are children watching. We talked
See,
about this. Well, anyway,
he had a camera like that. He was focused on you, correct?
correct. He was focused on me. No, no, no. He was focused on Law. You were just there. Younger. No, no, no. We went through this. He was photographing me. No, he was photographing me. No, let's just get through the story. Well, anyway, so he was focused on us, and I was a little bummed, but whatever. He took my picture. A few months later, ring ding ding, the phone calls. Hi, this is Missy, or it was one of those girls' names. My friend and I work in casting, and her boyfriend took your picture a few months ago in Brooklyn. Is it true that you left your fiance for your puppets? And so I said, well, the relationship had other problems. When I took the phone, I said, it's all true. Where do you need me to go? What do you need me to do? I'm here. Hollywood, here I come.
So you went to Hollywood. Well, how did you get to Las Vegas? I mean,
Well, we were cutting our teeth in New York City, working pretty hard, and I wanted to go to Broadway, but I had bigger dreams like Las Vegas and Hollywood. And I said, April, you're gonna aim big. Okay, maybe whatever. She takes all the credit for everything. Well, somebody's got to. I'm the talent in this act. So anyway, long story short, I started working with my manager, Clinton Ford Billups Jr., after My Strange Addiction. The UK Daily Mail did a story on me that went viral. And I mean, it went everywhere. As a matter of fact, I saw, when you see stuff written about yourself in Indonesian, and that is pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I started working with Clinton Ford Billups Jr., who's based in Las Vegas. And after some work, I got the opportunity to do a resident show that had two preview weekends in February of 2020 called April on Rap. And then it was supposed to open in March of 2020, but we all know what happened.
ah, now you was at the Narati Theater, Planet Hollywood Resort.
Yes, we were at the Notoriety. That's where we did our 2 preview weekends.
And I killed it.
Now, was it hard? And I want to actually show your book on here and stuff too. And I need to do a little thing here too. Just put something down there at the bottom there for us to look at for how they can contact you too. Uh, is it hard to do? Because I've tried doing ventriloquist, and I said, well, if I grow my mustache stuff, they can't see my mouth, but yeah, mouth's too big. So is it hard to do that with your? I mean, did you have to do a lot of practice?
Well, actually, yeah, I had a lot of practice, but when the pandemic happened, I wrote "Don't Read My Lips" because I always had an excuse, right, as not to write my book, and I know I'm circling the airport.
Yes, yes.
Okay, mate. But I'm answering your question. So I finally got a chance to write "Don't Read My Lips" during the pandemic because I was doing a lot of virtual shows with her, and we were getting sympathy barks from our Wheaton Terrier Goldie, because on virtual shows you don't hear the audience. So I wrote "Don't Read My Lips" and I shared all my knowledge. But basically, the way I got to be a quote unquote good ventriloquist is I just practiced a lot and I just didn't give up. And that's part of the secret is not giving up.
And the other part of the secret is having somebody good like myself that makes it look really good. Because let me tell you, Jerry, April has become so good at making me talk. Well, I've become so good at talking too. That not only did she write "Don't Read My Lips," actually, I told her what to write, and she just wrote it because that's how this relationship works. But we also released a Christmas song called "Merry Christmas, I'm So Glad I Didn't Marry You," produced by Grammy, a guy that worked on a Grammy nominated album, Costas Dino, who is the greatest. Costas recognized moi as talent. And what
I
May's
did
saying
listen.
is we had the we had the opportunity to do so many things because of ventriloquism, and we're grateful. And I talk about that in the book. But it's easy to learn. Just don't give up. Is
Well,
what I'm saying.
it's funny because I catch myself looking, at the character, and really getting captured. I had a ventriloquist on my show and magician, and he was local, so he come by. We did a show there, and he used his puppets, and I got to where I got so caught up looking at the character that I forgot about him and talking.
And what was his name? What was his name?
Terry Holt was his name.
Don't know Terry. Don't know Terry, but May and I, we got "Merry Christmas, I'm So Glad I Didn't Marry You." Got some play on the country stations, and we got to host. You helped me host on Coyote, the Bold New Country, and another one of your guests that you had on a few weeks ago, Lee Newton, also hosted an hour on there. And she's one of the very talented people that we got to meet this season. So, but May, what do you need to do?
Well, I need to go meet my sugar daddy. But Jerry, I'll be watching you, and I'll be back. Quiet now.
May Wilson, everybody. But yeah, wow, this is what I got to live with. Talk to the
Well,
hands. But
I mean, it's just because you're having to do, and like I said, you got quite a few characters that you do, and changing your voice and all. Now, do you host a podcast yourself, and it's called April in Vegas?
yes, I do. I'm not quite as good as you, but I hosted at the English Hotel poolside with my co-host Steve Dennis. And if you ever want a guest on your show, he'd be great. He was a weatherman in both Alaska and Hawaii.
Wow, that streams both ends.
Yes. And he is, I love Steve. And the joke is that he's my George Burns and I'm his Gracie Allen. And Steve is probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about Steve Dennis. Nothing but the best.
Oh, well, that's great. I mean, it's just to me, it's amazing how you do these things, and I'm looking at I'm gonna pull your pictures up here. I want you to talk about some of these pictures that you're in, and and some of the characters there are not only characters, but who you are and where you've been. And it's just amazing to me that now John Cass, right? Yeah,
John Katz. Yep. Katz will meet his cats. I call them my cool cats. Hi, John, if you're watching. Hi, Katz. You know I
he
love
calls her
you.
a ventriloquial vixen, I believe.
Well, he's I love cats. Cats is probably he is Las Vegas. He is the coolest cats there is. So, and I was blessed to have him on April in Vegas.
Well, I'm going to pull up some pictures here, and we can talk about these pictures. And there we go. Of course, that's you on the left with that famous sign, "Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada." And and now, did this character? I seem like I've seen him today, getting sworn in.
Yes, he did get sworn in, and he's here to say a few words to you. This is Donald J. Trump. Are you ready
All
for
right,
him?
hold on. There we go. Yes.
President Trump, do you have anything to say to Jerry? Yes, I do. Jerry, my love for your show is huge. So, what are you going to do now that you're president again? Well, it's going to be 4 more years of bad jokes for you. Wait. 4 more years of bad jokes for me? Yes. And 8 more years of great shows for Jerry. So, 4 more years of bad jokes for me, but 8 more years of great shows for Jerry. Hi, Edna. Okay. But I appreciate you saying hi to Edna. Any reason you said hi to Edna? Yes, the female vote helped me win this election. Hi, Edna.
Yeah, yeah. We know that the women is the backbone of the men here. That's our success.
Yes, as a matter of fact, my wife Melancholia will tell you that every time. Every time I threaten to court her, she comes back with another excuse. You mean divorce? No, the court. It's cheaper to do it that way. But I just want to say, despite your immigration policy, all your wives have been foreign born. What can I say, April? There are some jobs that even Americans won't do.
Well, Mr. President, we're going to show some other pictures here, and of course, you had to be number one in it. So, as always,
Yes, number one.
uh, and uh, and here we are here, and a matter of fact, you're sitting there now. I just want to show some more of the May West and some of these pictures here on your left. What would you do? Your picture there, and this character is Dwayne Newton, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Dwayne Newton, and he'll be out shortly. Yes, Dwayne Newton.
And now the lady on the left over there is the mayor, Mayor Goodman, Carolyn Goodman of Las Vegas, correct?
Yep, and the guy on the right is Johnny Katz, as a matter of fact. So Johnny Katz that we've been talking about.
Yeah, it was on I believe I was on the red runway or the red carpet.
Yep, the red carpet. We were on the red carpet. Yep.
And this character we see in the video.
That's Steve Dennis.
Steve Dennis, yes. And he's has what was it, TV Chat is the name?
He's my co-host for April in Vegas. Yes, he's the general manager of the English Hotel. It's on Main Street in the Arts District. 18B, everybody, for all you Vegas folks.
Yeah, well, I like the background there. And here we got. Tell us about these two characters.
That's Sweetie Pie. I used to host a show called Storytime with April and Friends with her back in Bethel Park. And we ended up, I sent my little tapes and DVDs to public access stations around the world. And we ended up going in 36 states, 6 countries in the World Wide Web. And I did that, I worked at the supermarket and I paid to send the tapes out. And the fellow on my right is Monsieur Mortimer. He's He's a Rougarou, and you can meet him a little later if you want to. He'll be here
Okay.
in my closet.
Now I asked you, do you make your characters?
No, I do not. Mae Wilson that you just met was made by Mary Ann Taylor, who actually makes Jeff Dunham's characters.
Oh,
And Mr. Tramp on my arm, he was made by a woman in Scotland, Pictures to Puppets.
oh, great. Yeah, the Terry Hope guy I was telling you about, he uses the wooden type characters, and he paints them. I mean, he is so talented as far as even making these characters. And it just I'll send you a link or so like that where you can kind of see some of the characters that he builds. Even it just amazes me there. And right here,
Yeah.
this is
Oh, that's
room.
yeah, the Metropolitan Room in New York. It's no longer around, but I filmed Broken Semi Famous there, which was my first attempt at a TV special, and I lived basically without electricity for a month. I only subsisted on one meal a day because I funded it myself, and I watched the movie Rocky whenever I felt down.
Well, and that's one thing about artists that when getting started, when you first get started into things, that you have to struggle sometimes to get on top. Just keep
Yes.
persevering. Uh, right here, Don't Read My Lips. That was the book we talked about. And you can get that on Amazon too. Both these books you can get on Amazon. And Don't Read My Lips is just revealing some of your secrets on how to become a successful ventriloquist. Oh, I think we lost her for a moment.
Can you hear me?
There you come. There you are.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay, let me switch.
Hello? Jer? Hello?
I can't hear you.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Hello? Huh.
Hold on. I
Jerry, can you hear me?
yes, but you can't hear me. Oh, okay.
Hello?
Give me a moment. Just
You're frozen.
okay. Let's see. Okay, let her come back in. Okay.
I have no idea what happened. It must have been the gremlin in the plane. Ladies and gentlemen,
There we
as
go.
we were. Okay. All right. That's a little better. I'm doing a Liza Minnelli, folks. It will get better. So yeah, my book. Don't read my book. I saw, I sang Memoirs of a Singing Telegram Delivery Girl. That's about my singing telegramming in New York City. That's the job I did to pay my rent as I was developing my craft and skill as a ventriloquist. And I not only wrote a book about it, but I'm working on a second edition and I'm pitching currently a series about it. So, God willing.
And what when you're singing telegrams? What was some of the songs? Did they give you a? I know they have happy birthdays and anniversaries like that, but any particular odd songs they want you to sing or?
Oh, I sang everything. If you want somebody to learn a song, and some people wrote songs, you have to pay a little extra for that. But it was the generic happy birthday. It was you're great, no debate, no mistake about it. You are swell. What the hell? Let's go, blah blah blah. And like all that. So yeah. And then you are the birthday boy, the only birthday boy. I'm wishing you a happy birthday. And my joke was I was always on. I've been a piece of pizza, an M&M. I was a cake. I was an ice cream cone once. Let's see, a Hershey Kiss. I was a gorilla, a chicken, a duck, a goose once. I was an Easter bunny, a pink gorilla, black gorilla, green gorilla. hot dog, Yes, she was a hot dog. Well, anyway, I gotta go by Greenland, but I just want to say I love America and I love Jerry. And I am President Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. And grab the rest of the show, guy. That you can't say it on the air, Mr. President.
So you had to dress up like a hot dog and all these things here.
Yes, and I had some that again, when I had my last birthday, I was very surprised it happened because I've come this close to dying a few times, and some of it is the telegram job. They say don't shoot the messenger, but when you do an I'm sorry, Graham, you get a little close sometimes. And
Oh, did you ever have to sing any breakup ones?
never had to break up with anybody, but I had to try to get back together with people. Now, that's always interesting. There was one, and I'm a chicken, and it's like win him back. That was the big thing. Win him back. So I go, I'm in my little chicken costume, and it's the first warm day out of the year. It's a construction site, and these are handsome guys, and they're shirtless, handsome men. Okay, so, 20 something years old. I'm like, yay. So I go, and they're working on this drywall, it's like these are the testosterone's at an 100, right? So I go in and I'm in my chicken, and this one guy's really nice. And I said, hey, I need to sing to Dan. Can you bring me to Dan? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I go up, and it's and the message is, I'm your sailor, you're my sailor, I'm your moon, without you in pieces, whatever. And so I'm singing to this guy, and he's got long hair, the Grim Reaper tattoo on his arm, every mother's nightmare. Okay, but he's cute. And I'm singing, clock, clock, you're my sunshine on a cloudy day. Clock, clock, I love you. Clock, clock, a bushel and a peck. And everybody's laughing. They have their phones out, and they are dying. And I read the message. Dear Dan, I'm your sailor. You're my moon, without you in pieces. Denise. The whole place goes silent. And one of his friends goes, man, I don't know what the hell you did to her, but wow. So everybody just like departs. And I'm just like alone with this guy. And he goes, chicken. He says, would you like a can of beer? And I'm not supposed to be drinking on the job. And I said, I can't be drinking on the job. He goes, you're going to need it when I tell you this story. So he gives me this can of beer, and I go, what's up? He goes, listen, I met Denise about a month ago at a bar. She was she goes, she was, good looking, whatever. So we get together, and she's really jealous, following me everywhere, going through my phone, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, after about 2 months, he goes, I can't take it anymore. So I break up with her. And I say, yeah. And he goes, but then she calls me, and she says that she's pregnant. And I'm like, oh. And he goes, and I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to work it out. And so, that's admirable, right? And so then she tells me that she lost the baby. I'm like, that's terrible. And he goes, not as terrible as when her sister called me and said she was never pregnant to begin with.
Oh, no.
And he goes, and so then I broke up with her. And he goes, and I think she slashed my tires. And I'm thinking, ah! And he goes, and so then she starts showing up at my house and showing up at my job. And I had to call the cops and get a restraining order. And so then she called you.
So I guess he'd have to get a restraining order on you too, I guess.
Yeah, I technically violated a restraining order. And I said, I guess I'm in violation of the restraining order. And he goes, you are cute. What are you doing later? I said, not going out with you. And I flew out of there. So I have a feeling he may have been the puppet master of his own demise.
And see, people think, well, she's a ventriloquist, she got a couple of books like this. Well, she's must have been just kind of non-educated like that. But you hold a Master in Fine Arts degree in creative writing and screenwriting from Antioch University of Los Angeles. I mean, that is impressive to me. I mean, because most people say, oh, she's a blonde, you get the blonde jokes. I bet you get a million of those. And
I get a million of those all the time. And honestly, I get a lot of those, but Everybody in the family works hard. Clean up Canal 5, clean up Canal 5. Wait, what are you doing? Like I said, I'm on the clock and I was in the photo earlier, but you were talking about music. Anyway, Dwayne Newton at your service, sir.
Dwayne Newton, loved you in all your movies, and you got a great voice.
Well, thank you. That's actually my second cousin, twice removed. Twice removed? Yes, I've been removed once by casino security and once by the Clark County Department of Health.
Wait a minute, Department of
So, so you're not Mr. Las Vegas. No, I'm Mr. Angus Las Vegas. Angus Las Vegas. Thank you very much.
That sounds a little like Elvis.
Well, I've been watching all of Elvis's movies, but you see, I got hopes that you see right now. You can see me performing at the Kroger supermarket slot parlor. But I got hopes and I got dreams. And someday when they get a game license, I hope to appear at Whole Foods.
Well, I tell you what. Now, how did you in the movie? I think I've seen you in the movie of one of Chevy Chase's movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's actually my cousin. So that's your cousin, Dwayne. Have you ever got your famous cousin's autograph? Well, yes, I have. It was big and gold at the bottom of the restraining order. I see. And so what do and so so he brought up your cousin. What do people say when you talk about your cousin? They say, that's great. I didn't know that he was still alive.
Oh, now, April, do your parents come to any of your shows, or they critique a little bit?
Oh God, yes. My mom especially. My mom's joke is, "Hi, this is your favorite critic." And she will message me. She comments on my posts when she doesn't like them online. Oh yes, like my mom is as a matter of fact, like I want to take my mom on the road with me. But Dwayne, so anything you want to say? Yes, I want to say hi, Edna. Hello, Edna. I love you, Edna. If you're watching, Edna, we know you're the backbone of this show. Hello, Edna. This song doesn't have any other words, but hello, Edna. Clean up Canal 3. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm still on the clock. Hello, Edna. Goodbye, Edna. I gotta get back to work. My boss doesn't look very pleased with me. Goodbye, Edna. I'm Dwayne Newton. Nice to meet you. Dwayne Newton, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. These guys are always passing through. They jump on my arm, but yeah.
My wife just stepped out the door like it says, "What?" Funny. Yeah, she's very mild and meek. I love it. And she can't be too mild and meek around me because I always make jokes and stuff like that. And she always tells me a lot of times, said, "Well, you know what? You're not a comedian." I said, "Well,
But yeah, but I know, and that's the thing with spouses. But my mom watches all my shows. My mom's my number one. My mom's my number one. She's my girl. I wouldn't be doing 90% of what I'm doing right now without my mom. And I talk to my mom every day. As a matter of fact, we were bumped off earlier when my mom was calling. If you want to know the truth.
well, you're not the first one that's had their parents call them during the interview. One had a son. I think it was Ronnie McDowell that had his son call him. He said, "Wait a minute." Yeah, it was Ronnie that did that. But and that's good that they are backing you 100%. I mean, it's
Oh, my mom, I don't know what I'd do without my mom, but she is so funny. Like, as a matter of fact, we were talking about life after death the other day, and my mom goes, "Just so you know, I will come back. I will come back, and you will know if I don't like what you're doing. I will come back." And and she really, you know, well, howdy, what's everybody talking about? Ruby, I'm talking about my mom. Oh, your mom. Hi, Terry McKee. I can't see you. I don't have my glasses. This is Ruby Chapeau. This is a show about accents. You got a southern accent, I got a southern accent. April just has an angry accent.
Well, I tell you what, this is good Southern hospitality, isn't that right, Ruby?
Yes, it is. Every time April does something, I say, "Why, bless your sweet little heart."
Well, you would make a good Southern. I bet you make some great Southern dishes.
Why, yes, I do. I make cornbread. But you know what I really make that's really good? What's the winning dish you make that's good? A winning jackpot. A winning jackpot. Yeah, that's right. I like to gamble, Jerry. As a matter of fact, you see, I say this prayer every time I get up to the slot machine. Now's the time for a prayer. A time for a prayer. Now let's bow our heads in silence. Our Father, who art in heaven, winning jackpot be thy name. Wait, what? That's not the Our Father, Ruby. It is if you get the winning slot machine. So, but what's one of the dishes that you make? I like making okra. My George used to like okra. Your
I,
George.
I bet it's
Ye-
fried.
yes, it's fried okra. My George liked fried okra. Hi, Edna. You like fried okra?
Yes, she loves it. And actually, I produce a cooking show for Edna, and she makes all these homemade, how you make homemade biscuits and chicken dumplings and uh, banana pudding, all from scratch.
Well, that's good. My George liked banana pudding from scratch. You know, Jerry, I was married for 50 years.
For 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years before my George left this earth to go to heaven. And these kids these days, they get divorced left, they get divorced right. And I say, just wait on them to die. What? That's the worst advice ever. It's going to happen eventually.
Well, I think, you know what, Ruby, I think you got an idea here as far as the young folks getting married and stuff like that. I think they learn how to cook first, then, to a man's, to his heart, it's to his stomach there. I believe that's what it says. And I believe that,
Yeah,
and I believe
it's
if they learn
true.
to cook, they can, it would be, they'd live happily ever after.
That's what I say, you know. You see, my George, he loved to eat. And he loved to eat so much he got diabetes. I don't think that's what gives you diabetes, Ruby. Well, let me tell you this. Clay Wilson wants a sugar daddy, right? Well, I'm going to tell you how to get a sugar daddy, May Wilson. A little sugar. That's how you get a sugar daddy.
Well, I know that gets my attention when, especially when these baked pies and uh, cobblers and things like that. That's my weakness.
And can I tell you something else? Every once in a while, I need money to go to the nail salon or take myself shopping. And George would get angry when he saw the bill. But you know what I learned? If I laid down some fried okra and fried something else and fried something else, he'd forget all about that credit card bill.
Well, you got beautiful fingernails there. My wife goes uh, quite often to get her nails done and hair done and all this right here. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up to my attention because I get real good meals on those days. And
Wow, you're spilling the tea, Ruby. But yeah, May Wilson wants a guy with lots of money. Well, you gotta earn it by cooking. She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't want to do the hard work. And Donald J. Trump, he wants to grab the women by the this or that. And you know what he needs? He needs a woman to cook for him. You think he needs a woman to cook for him? Yeah, and well, I don't think his wife does a whole lot of cooking. Well, if you looked like her, I wouldn't cook either. So there you go. But what did you think of Dwayne Newton? Very nice young man. I always see him when I shop at the Kroger supermarket slot parlor.
Ruby, you are a great character. I tell you what, you just know, you got so much wisdom and all this. You know, myself being older and all. That's why I was told one of the younger men about retirement, and he's saying, you know, I feel sorry for you. I said, why I feel sorry for me? I says, you know, I'm retiring. You still got 40 years to go. And he looked. He says, oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, you made it sound like a prison sentence, but his wife gets 40 years of freedom because he's not home. Ruby, oh my God! Like I said, you know, when George was selling vacuums, he said, Ruby, I don't want to be far away from home. That's so sweet. And I said, George, you should go as far away as possible. But Ruby, but anyway, what did you want to say? Well, I say that April shares a lot of wisdom in her book, Don't Read My Lips, and all of her books are available on Amazon. Well, thank you for saying that, Ruby. You're welcome. I need new hair, so somebody had to say it.
That's right. And you can get those books on Amazon, and all you got to do is just if you just go to your webpage and go to your Facebook, and you'll see. Just go to Amazon, put it in there, and they can watch the show and see it at the bottom. It's tagged in there. Well, Ruby, you've been a pleasure, and April, I love you being on here. It's we at the top of the hour. Time goes by so quickly
Well,
when you.
thank you. And my peach cobbler's in the oven. Goodbye.
April, enjoyed it. You just, and I really pray that you continue to have great success, and you have fun doing it. Just by looking at your interviews and all the videos and things, you have a blast doing this. And you know, they say that if you got a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on. And if you want to shoot me the weather guy's name like that, I'll get in touch with him, the one that was in the Alaska and all, and see if he want to come on and spread some of his love.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And guys, mwah, love you. AprilBrooker.tv. Check out April in Vegas. Check out my books. Check out my music.